Hey everyone, it's Steve from the garden. In this video, I'm going to do the last of my cool season plantings and also start some of my warm season plantings and some flowers. So let's go and take a look. For this planting of broccoli, I'm going to do something a little bit different than what I would normally do. Normally I've just been starting a few plants every week. This week I'm going to start 4 varieties at once, but they all have a different maturity date. So the first one is going to be Green Magic, which has about a 55-day maturity. The second one's going to be Emerald Crown, which has a 60-day maturity. Third is going to be Godzilla, that has a 70-day maturity. And last is going to be Imperial, which has an 80-day maturity. With all the broccoli on the way, I'm going to now go move on to the Napa cabbage. This variety is called China Star, and I'm doing 2 seeds per cell. I've never grown Napa cabbage before, so we'll just kind of see how that goes. And I have my baby bok choy. So I'm doing 6 cells of this, and I'll put 2 seeds per cell. I got the Black Beauty zucchini already planted, and I'm moving on to the spineless Supreme. Now these cells are a little bit bigger, so I am going to just use 1 seed per cell, and then do 6 cells. I am trying to do it so that the part where the plant emerges on the seed that is pointing down. Next up is my watermelon. So I got 2 varieties I'm growing, and that's the baby doll. So again, 2 seeds per cell here, but I'm doing 3 cells. The second variety is Crimson Sweet, and this is from my own saved seed. I have 2 seeds per cell with 3 cells. For lettuce, I'm doing 6 cells of lettuce, 2 cells of my Coastal Star romaine, 1 of Grand Rapids leaf, 1 cell of ruby red leaf, 1 of Summer Crisp leaf, which is a magenta, and 1 of Paris Island romaine. I have some purple cone flowers. I got some red sage. Now I grow this mainly to help bring in the hummingbirds. This I'll do 2 or 3 seeds per cell. And we move on to the sunflowers. Now the first one is going to be Mammoth. Again, I'll do 2 seeds per cell. I'll put the pointy end down. The next variety is a branching sunflower, and this should be like a medium size based on the size of these seeds. So I'm guessing around 5 or 6 feet tall. Never grown this variety before. It's called Shakalack. The next variety is called Goldlight. This gets about 5 feet tall. And the last variety is called Sun Gold Tall. This one has kind of like an appearance similar to like the teddy bear sunflower, and that's a double. Last up is going to be my zinnias, and this is going to be an entire tray of these, so 72 cells. And I'll drop 2 or 3 seeds per cell. I really like the zinnias, so I do quite a few of these. With all the seeds in place, we'll check back in like another week or so to see what's sprouting, and then we'll go from there. It's been a week since we started the last of our cool season plantings, plus some of our early warm season, along with a lot of flowers. So let's go and take a look and see what kind of germination we got. So we'll start with the cool season stuff. You can see I got pretty good germination in most of it, although like this cell's empty for one of the Green Magics, which I'll just pop another seed in there. I did go through and thin out a little bit of this already, and that not for the flowers, but for like this bok choy, I kind of thinned some of those on already. You can see I got a couple big zucchini plants already coming up, and I don't want to double cell them that way, so I'm going to have to thin some of those out. I had good germination, great germination on the watermelon as far as the Crimson Sweet. And then for the baby doll, I only had 1 seed come up, so I'm going to go ahead and try doing a couple more seeds in these cells. The spineless zucchini, I got some. Now I did single cells for these, and you can see how big these plants are gotten in just 1 week. Over here, the lettuce is being a little bit slow. These 2 cells haven't had anything yet, but these other 4 are coming up. Nothing for the purple cone flowers, and nothing came up for the red sage. So that's a little bit disappointing that neither one of those came up. I can try, putting some more seeds in place for those and just see what happens. Now for the sunflowers, you can see how quickly the sunflowers are going. And, I did get really good germination on them where, because I did 2 seeds per cell, and I think I got like 100% germination on all that. And same with most of the other sunflowers. They all have something growing them except for one cell over here. And well, I guess there's one on the back. I can't quite tell if that has something coming up or not. And that was the sun gold. You know, I can try putting a couple more seeds in there and see if we can get those cells to fill out. Now the sunflowers, I may thin out the mammoth sunflowers and maybe the branching one. I'll probably end up thinning some of those out too. Now the gold light, I might end up just letting these go ahead and double up, and I'll just plant them as doubles. And these other ones, the sun gold, I only got one seed per cell so far. Actually, I got a third cell that didn't come up either. So we'll just do one seed per cell on those and see what happens. For the zinnia, I had really good germination on most cells, and a lot of these, you know, I did 2 seeds per cell, or maybe a couple of them might have 3. So those, I will go ahead and let them be doubled up or tripled up if that's the case. I'll just plant the whole cell in at one time. Although I do have 3 cells here in a row that didn't have anything come up. That one still hasn't come up either. And this one over here in the back only has 1 seed coming up just now. The germination rate overall was pretty good. You know, I do have some spots to fill in, but you know, that's how it goes. And most of these plants will be ready to go in around the May 15th to May 20th time frame to be ready for summertime. So I hope you enjoyed coming along on my little planting adventure today. Got something out of it, and we'll see you on the next one.